Good morning.
My love, there's only you in my life, the only thing that's right. My first love, your every breath that I take, your every step I make, and I want to share all my love with you. No one else will do. And your eyes, they tell me how much. At some point, I'm actually gonna have to do my hair. Hey, Laura Silsby. Hey, Amanda Elf. Oh, you want to see my jumper? This is a jumper. How about the back, though? Okay. Boo-doo. How's everybody doing? In your eyes. Okay. My endless love. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now. They've come to build a wall between us. You know that they won't win. How's everybody doing? Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, June 3rd. Okay, we are already in June. Making my way downtown, walking fast, and I'm homebound. I took my daughter to see A Quiet Place 2 last night, and it was amazing. If you can get to the movies to see A Quiet Place 2 and you like horror movies, it is fantastic. Shout out to Millicent Simmons, the amazing actress who plays the daughter, who is literally the hero in this movie. It is amazeballs. It was a great movie. The previews were amazing. I was like, I am in a movie theater right now. Okay? You can't tell me shit. I was so excited to be in a movie theater. It was the first time going to the movies since COVID, and it felt great. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys a story about South Africa and tell you a sort of, hey Demetrius, I wanted to tell you sort of a story about something that I learned in South Africa. Okay, so in South Africa where we stayed, they did not have like a Keurig. Every morning coffee was made on a French press, and each cup was made for each person. Now, as an American, waiting for coffee is painful for me because I am used to a Keurig where you just put the pot in, shut the thing, push the button, and the watered down plastic cancer coffee comes right out. Okay? And here I was in this beautiful country, out in nature, monkeys in the trees above me, watering holes, fucking, okay? I was like, literally, okay? Literally. So I'm out here in Pride Rock, and I'm waiting for coffee, and literally the first day I'm like, the French press is a fucking process, right? And they give me the coffee, and I sip the coffee, and I go, oh my God, this is delicious. What's in here? God's tears? And they were like, no, it's just South African coffee, which happens to be delicious. And I'm like, why is this so good? Literally like this. Right? And so I'm drinking my coffee out. You know, it's like me, Simba, Mufasa, we're all hanging out. And I'm drinking my coffee. And I realize, like, as the days go on and every day I come out and I watch them scoop the grinds. The sun is not up yet because call time is at 6 a.m. and it's still dark in South Africa, and you hear the Zazus and the fucking hungry hippos, and you are out there, y'all. You are out there. You are one with nature, and it's dark and you're out there and it's cold and you're waiting and they're scooping, and then they're heating the water, right? And they're pouring it in, and then they're slowly pushing it down, and it's a whole thing, and you're eagerly waiting, and then they pour it in your cup and they hand it to you, and it's just black. Now, by the way, you know, I'm a almond milk or soy milk girl, but whatever, okay? Whatever, all right? I'm here and I'm doing the thing. And they hand it to me and I sip it, and it is an hi Abadu, and it is an experience, okay? It is an experience. And I am sipping this coffee and I am thinking, God, I am doing it all wrong in America. And this isn't like a I hate America coffee talk. This is what I have realized. In our society, we have traded experience for efficiency. We have traded experience in life for efficiency. We want everything to be now, as efficient as possible, as fast as possible. Give it to me right now in the smallest time, in the smallest amount, and this is how I need it, and this is what I want, and blah, blah, blah. And so the experience of things that are meant to be savored, okay? Yes, you can swim with this necklace on. We've lost that, okay? And so I started thinking about, like, they made Starbucks, right? And Starbucks was meant to be your neighborhood coffee shop, which obviously became a bajillion-dollar corporation, right? So they clearly exceeded their own expectations. But my point is that when you go into Starbucks, it used to be that they like wrote your name down and called your name out and learned your name and learned your order and whatever. And then they built drive-thrus. And now people shout their order at a megaphone thing, and then they pull up and they're on their phone and they're on FaceTime and they can't find their app, and it's a fucking thing. Here, to scan it. Can I use my stars? All right. Yeah. Can I get a stopper? Thanks. All right. Yeah. Okay. And even the experience of walking into Starbucks, my eyes are watering, even the experience of walking into Starbucks has been diminished, because now we can just simply drive through. Soon, they're going to make a coffee thing where you lay on a conveyor belt and they just shot of espresso in your mouth, right? Like, we have really taken out experience because we need our lives to be efficient. And I just want to tell you that one of the things that I truly learned in South Africa was they have so much less than us. So much less than us. Okay? And they have such profound experience. They walk with their feet on the earth. I have 900,000 pairs of shoes. Honestly, I have 2 feet and 900,000 pairs of shoes. I could wear a pair of shoes on my feet and on my hands every single day and not wear the same shoes for probably 20 days. Okay? These people walk with their feet on the ground. They feel the earth, the energy. They like, obviously they have shoes. This is not like an infomercial for Hands Across the globe and stuff. They have shoes. That's not what I mean. So please don't DM me to tell me people in South Africa have shoes. I'm aware. They have Nikes. They have everything we have. What I mean is that they live with experience. They get their hands dirty. They put their feet on the ground. They are one with nature. They have such a respect for nature. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm watching the people that walk to their houses, to the thing, walking. Okay? And I hear the baboons. And I'm like, how are they not freaking out? How are they not? I walked 10 feet, heard a baboon, shit my actual pants, and then had to walk back with a load in my pants, okay? And so I said to the chef, and we were sitting outside just talking, he and I said to him, how are you not afraid? And he said, because when you grow up with nature, you have a profound respect for it. You learn to live as one with God's creatures. This isn't my land. This is our land. Americans, you put up all these fences and these borders and these things, and you decide this is mine and this is yours and the animals can't come in. He's like, it's very interesting to us in South Africa that you build neighborhoods, you tear down forests, and you build neighborhoods, and then you get mad when the coyotes come in. You get mad when the coyotes come in. And I thought, I think we do that. I think that's true. I think we do that. I'm not going to argue. And he was like, when we build, we don't put up fences. We understand that here the animals can come through. They learn to live amongst people, but the elephants could take this all down if they wanted to. Like, we live amongst them this is our world. And I was like, so what you're saying is you respect the world and like nature and shit. Interesting. And he was like, so you're afraid because you've created false walls and false neighborhoods and false boundaries that you think protect you. So when you're out in nature and you hear the sounds, you go, ah, which, by the way, is an actual recreation of my reaction anytime something touched me. Ah, bats and fucking, ah. Okay? I will admit, when it comes to wildlife, I am an American. I am very much American in the wildlife respect, okay? I have respect for nature in that I want to be very far away from her and watch her on the videos, on the YouTubes. But anyway, I say this to say that one of the things I took away from that experience was really that a lot of times, in order to be more efficient in our lives, we lose the experience. Do you realize, I want you to think, for those of you, my grown and sexy people, meaning if you're over 42 right now, do you realize that, I want you to think about what I'm about to say. If you're 42 and older, let me get a hey. Okay, because that means, all right, Teresa, you should log off, Teresa, because all you're doing is insulting me And instead of sitting here and continuing to listen to me and insulting me, why don't you just protect your peace and log off? See how that works? Fuck. Healthy boundaries. I want you guys to know, if you are 42 and older, there are people who actually revere a handwritten letter. A handwritten letter. A book. Do you realize that when we were in high school, the only way to write a letter to someone was to write it by your hand? To write it by your hand. And now, in today's world, a handwritten letter is considered special, romantic, sentimental. When I was in high school, we didn't have a choice but to write a letter. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But in order to be efficient, we've gotten rid of books and everything's a Kindle. We've got handwritten letters, everything's a text, it's an email, it's whatever, but the experience is gone. That's why young people are like, oh my God, she wrote me a letter. Look, it's actual handwriting. And I'm like, what? I spent my life writing letters. I'm confused, right? But in order to be efficient, we've eliminated that. So things that guys, it's been so eye-opening to me how much I take for granted. Honestly, how much I take for granted. And like, I'm asking you to keep me accountable. I don't want to lose this feeling. I want to remember this 2 months from now, 6 months from now. I want to still appreciate, and yes, Michael picked me up Starbucks, but I would like to do that. I would like to tell you that I stopped using the Keurig since I've been home. And I've been making pots of coffee, like real coffee. And he's like, what are you doing? Why are you making this? What happened at the Keurig? And I'm like, babe, taste real brewed coffee. And he's like, it's too strong. I'm like, because you're used to the watered down Keurig coffee. This is what happened. Anyway, it's not about the coffee, okay? It's about just like, what are the things in your life that you have exchanged experience for efficiency, and where can you go back a little bit? Like, where can you smudge back a little bit? That's all I'm saying. And listen, guys, I just want to say, these conversations that we have in the morning for coffee talk, some of them are profound, some of them are moving, some of them are tear-inducing, some of them are funny, some of them are just morning chats. You know, like, if you show up to coffee talk every day waiting to judge my conversation, waiting to shit on my neck, to judge me for cursing, or judge me for liking women, or judge me for being excited about my trip, or judge me for my relationship with God, or judge me for whatever, like, do yourself a favor and don't. Because honestly, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, Fresh Prince Yolanda Adams. Okay? Anyway. Yes, other countries, I didn't want to say it, but other countries really don't like us. They really don't. And it's okay. I get it. We're Americans and we are kind of like, we don't care who doesn't like us. But just so you know, a lot of countries don't like us. I did not know that. I will have you know that I did not know that we were so, like, I knew we were like pretentious and domineering and like blah, blah, blah. But like, I didn't realize that other countries were actually like resentful of our presence in the world. I was like, wait, what? Because Americans are a little self-centered, if we're being honest, and we're a little egotistical. And like, I was unaware. I did not realize, like, obviously, like countries that are like have communism or something. Like, I was like, okay, well, of course they don't like democracy, but I didn't know that like a lot of countries don't like us. Like even like the non-communist countries, like even nice ones, you know what I mean? Like, well, some of us don't like us either. Well, that's true, but I kind of feel about America the way we feel about siblings. Like, I can say whatever I want about America, but you can't if you're not American. And that's a very American attitude to have. I also found out, by the way, that like not everybody thinks New York City is the greatest city in the world. What? 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 I had no idea. I had no idea. I thought New York City was the greatest city in the world. I didn't know it was up for debate. I just thought that. I grew up thinking that. So I did ask people, what is your biggest issue with America? Because I wanted to know, what is your biggest issue with America? And it would appear that other countries don't like us sticking our nose and our rules and our traditions and our culture and our blah, 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 and our blah, blah, blah into their business. And they said, you call it stabilizing. Other countries call it invasion. And they gave me an example, and I thought this was really interesting. I'm not here for a debate, by the way, because I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men and women who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll proudly stand up next to you and defend her day by day. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. So don't think I don't love my country, 'cause I do. Okay? I love my country. Let me be clear. Okay? But they did make a good point. They said, for example, when another country has internal strife, America comes to stabilize the region, and they never fucking leave. They send their troops, they stabilize, and they stay for 15 fucking years. And I thought, okay, we might do that. We might do that. We might do that. We do that, guys. We do. Do. America do. We do that. And they said, imagine if like Afghanistan was like, hey, there's some shit going on in Chicago. We better send some troops to Chicago and stabilize the region. What would America say if Afghanistan troops came into Chicago and was like, hey guys, we're going to be here for the next 15 years stabilizing your region? And I was like, I don't think we'd like that. I don't think that would go over very well. I'm just saying. I think we'd be like, who the fuck are you? Get out of our house. But apparently as Americans, we think it's perfectly okay to be like, all right, troops, you know what we're doing today? We're going to Afghanistan. We got to stabilize some shit. You'll be there for about 15 years. We'll call you. They didn't like it. They don't like it. So, by the way, a lot of countries are not asking for American financial aid. We give financial aid so we can mine them of all their resources. Yeah. That's true. I didn't know about that about us either. We take a lot of other countries' resources. Now, I'm not saying guys, I love America. Okay? Lizzie said, please stay away from Chirac. I'm dead. Lizzie, you made my whole day with that comment. That is funny. Anyway, guys, all I'm saying is that my perspective was open. I still think New York is the greatest city in the world. Nobody's changing my mind. The British people over there were trying to tell me that London is the most cosmopolitan city in the world. And listen, I know New York's been through some shit. She has. But she's in therapy and she's going to come back stronger than ever. You don't ever worry about my girl, New York. Okay? You don't ever worry about my girl, New York. She's going to be all right. Okay? One thing I know about New York, she's going to be all right. Some people think Tokyo is the greatest city in the world. Some people think Paris is the greatest city in the world. I think it's New York. You're not going to change my mind. But anyway, look, all I'm saying is I really have like a lot of different perspectives. And by the way, I'm very grateful to God that he gave me an open mind. Because if I didn't have an open mind, I would have sat in these conversations and been extremely defensive and miserable. And, you know, I'm very glad that I have an open mind and that I'm not defensive and miserable, because I want to learn and I want to experience things, you know? This is Thrive. Thrive. Anyway, I love you guys, and I love that you stick with me just to ramble. Ramble on. Go around the world, I'm gonna find my girl, sing my song. Guys, if anybody's in the running for most annoying child, I just want you to know it's Charlie. And you can't win on that. If you think you have the most annoying child, you don't. It's Charlie. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for just listening and being here with me and talking. And I love you. And like, I just do. I love you. And I hope you have an amazing day. And let me show you the back of my jumper one more time. Guys, if I get thick, okay, if I get a booty, it's over for you snitches. I'm just telling you now. Don't let me wake up tomorrow with one of those big booty, big. Forget it. It's over. Okay? You're lucky. You're lucky I'm never going to get thick. Okay? You're lucky. No, don't say Charlie's the best. She's the most annoying. All right. I love you guys very much. And I hope that you have a great day. And I hope that you enjoy your Thursday and that you switch one thing out. That you usually go for efficiency, but you want to go back to experience. Okay? I love you. Have a great day.